Welcome to the Football Rundown with me, Mr. Jimmy. And on this show, I will be giving you my 2 cents on the upcoming EPL games. Starting off our weekend is Manchester United versus Liverpool. Manchester United will be without Fellaini and possibly Lukaku, while Liverpool will be without Sadio Mane and Lallana. Due to the unimpressive performances Liverpool have been giving so far, I do not think they have anything that will threaten United in this game. United will cruise to a victory, obviously, and possibly a 2-goal difference in this matchup. Then we move on. Chelsea will be facing Crystal Palace. This is a definite win for Chelsea. If they lose, well, that just threatens their hopes at being a contender for the title. Crystal Palace having already lost to Manchester United, Manchester City, who are at the top of the table. But having been second 7 weeks without a goal or a point in the Premier League, Crystal Palace might have something up their sleeves for this game, and I do believe we might see Crystal Palace fast goal in this matchup. On the other hand, or rather in another matchup, Manchester City will be facing off with Stoke City, who are known to shine in the big games, but with the current form the Manchester City are in, I highly doubt that Stoke City will have anything that threatens Manchester City, especially it being a home game for Manchester City. We should expect around a 2-goal difference between them. Stoke City, however, might be the team to break Edison's clean sheet at the moment. Burnley will be facing off with West Ham, Burnley being at home, and with the rather impressive performances by Burnley, having defeated Chelsea at home in the first game of the season, and in the last Premier League week having defeated Everton 1-0. I do not see West Ham having anything worth of note in this game, although West Ham do have the better players with the likes of Chicharito and Andy Carroll and Joe Hart at goal. But being the second most scored team after Crystal Palace in the league at the moment, I really do not think West Ham will have what it takes to pull a win in this one. So Burnley are the favourites, although West Ham could just by chance get a draw, which will help them in their fight out of the bottom of the Premier League table. Tottenham will then face Bournemouth. Tottenham, of course, being the favourites on this one, no doubt about it. This was last season, maybe Bournemouth would threaten Tottenham, but with the current form of Harry Kane and him being at the top of the scorer standings at the moment, free scoring, I really believe that there is nothing Bournemouth will do to threaten Tottenham at home. And so this could be the game where we see the most goals this weekend, all of them being by Tottenham, of course, and I do see Tottenham leaving this matchup with a clean sheet. Arsenal will then travel to Watford, where the Watford team is good, but at this point, having suffered defeats in the previous week, and Arsenal having cruised on to the 5th position on the table, will be looking to challenge Chelsea for that 4th spot. And so I do see Arsenal going in for a clean victory, especially with Lacazette and Giroud leading the attack. And on the final game, or rather in another game, Southampton will face Newcastle. Southampton obviously being my favourites for this, because Southampton have been pulling such brilliant performances in this season and last season. Newcastle are still shaky, haven't really found their form in the Premier League at the moment, having recently been promoted. Hence, facing a team of around equally the same strength, they will be in for quite the game. Both teams scoring, I believe. We should see a few goals coming from each side, but Southampton should go to the top with this one, with that away win. And on my final game for this weekend, we have Brighton facing Everton, with Brighton being at home. Now, after having spent £150 million in the transfer window, Everton should be the favourites in this game, but who knows what is happening to them. Their recent performances are dismal at best. They keep disappointing everyone, and so Brighton should win, considering it is my opinion that at the end of the season we should see Everton at around 15th, 16th spot if they keep the team the way it is. I do believe they probably need a new manager. He's been given too much room to do what he wants. Thus, he should be bringing in the performances, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. Brighton, on the other hand, having recently been promoted to the Premier League, have been impressing and should really do well in this matchup. Beating Everton will prove to the Premier League that they are worthy of a spot in the Premier League and will cement their spot in the top 10 all through to the end of the season, I believe. This weekend should be very interesting for football fans, seeing that Sergio Aguero is out, Alvaro Morata is out, and Romelu Lukaku might possibly be out, even though if he plays, he will not be in top shape. Of the Fantastic Four, we'll only have Harry Kane on the pitch, playing at peak performance, and seeing the team that Tottenham is facing. Harry Kane should cruise to the top of the scorer tables, of the scorer charts, leading his way to his third consecutive golden boot. That is without a doubt. Join me every Friday for my 2 cents on what is going to happen in the upcoming weekend of football. I am Jimmy, or Mr. Woochie as they may call me, here, live on YouTube. Enjoy the football.